What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another week of What's for Dinner. In this video, I'm bringing you 3 dinners plus a cake that I baked for my husband for his birthday, so stay tuned for that. In here, I was just making a sheet pan meal because I was super tired and I did not want to cook much. So I cut some potatoes, onions and peppers. I greased my pan with some oil and then I'm adding extra oil to my vegetables. I'm going to add some salt, pepper, garlic powder, oregano, and I'm also going to add 3 Italian sausages on the side of this pan. I'm using mild on this day, but once I have that added, I'm going to take it to the oven at 425 degrees for 20 minutes.
One of us, gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
I almost forgot to film the final plate. We started eating, we were hungry, but this was so delicious and super easy to fix. On the next day, it was actually Luke's birthday and he requested his favorite creamy sausage pasta, which is actually really similar to the plate that we ate the day before, but I'm still gonna show it to you because this is a dish that we love so much and I actually think I have shared it on my channel before. But anyways, in here I'm slicing an onion, I'm slicing also a pepper, and I'm peeling a couple of garlic cloves. Once I have that going on, I'm going to brown a couple sausages into my pan. I remove them from the casing and I'm going to break them out as best as I can. Once they're brown, I'm going to go ahead and add all my vegetables, and I'm also going to crush the garlic in my garlic press just like so. If you notice, I have in the other pot some water that I'm heating up for my pasta. To my vegetables, I'm adding salt, pepper, and just a little bit of pepper flakes, only because I was using mild sausage. If we are using spicy sausage, then the pepper flakes are not going to be necessary, but we do prefer it spicy. So when I'm working with mild, then I'll add the pepper flakes. So in there, I'm adding my pasta. As you can see, it's a small pot and I'm working with spaghetti. I just let it sit like that and it'll eventually fit in the entire pot. There's really no need to break it up. It's just a little tip that I have for you, and it'll all be cooked the same, I promise. So to my vegetables and sausages, I added some white wine. This is completely optional. In fact, when I came up with this plate, I did not make it with the wine, but once the wine cooked down completely, then I went ahead and added probably like half a cup of heavy whipping cream. You can do half and half, but I wouldn't recommend you to use milk because it's not going to be thick enough. We like it with heavy whipping cream because of course it tastes better like that, but half and half will be kind of like a healthier alternative. And then when my pasta's ready, I'm gonna drain it and add it to this delicious mixture, and I'm gonna mix it all very well. And when my pasta is all incorporated with my cream, I'm going to go ahead and plate it up. Into my plate, I did add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Into Luke's plate, I did not because he doesn't like it. I mean, who doesn't like Parmesan cheese? My husband. So on this other day, I was gonna fix a more elaborated recipe for my What's for Dinner video because it was a filming day, but we had this ground beef in my fridge and it needed to get used up. The only thing we wanted to eat with them was hamburgers. So Luke was fixing hamburger patties, and at the end, none of us wanted a bun. I served mine with a huge salad. Luke wanted his on its own with the cheese. He added some barbecue sauce on top, and we both shared that plate of air fryer French fries. I've talked about them before. We get the waffle fries, we put them in the air fryer. They taste really similar to Chick-fil-A fries. And then the last recipe I'm going to share with you today is not dinner, it's actually dessert, but it's going to be a Florida orange cake. So I'm starting with 1 box of cake mix. I prefer Duncan Hines for this, but you can use whatever mix you have or whatever mix you like. Then I'm adding 3 eggs according to package directions. And the idea here is that you follow the package directions, but you also add 1 cup of orange juice. And to be and go with a theme, I'm of course adding Florida orange juice because it's a Florida orange cake. I'm also adding 1/3 of a cup of oil, per package instructions, and then I'm also going to add 1/3 cup of water, also per package instructions. So I'm gonna mix it very well. Like I said, the only thing that I added additional was the cup of orange juice. So the idea for you is to do the same with whatever box cake you're using. So in here, I'm dividing my batter into equal portions in both pans. I am gonna stack this cake. It's not gonna be super tall and it's not gonna be super sophisticated because I didn't have all the time in the world. I was fixing this the same day to be eaten like an hour later. So anyways, into the oven they go for 26 minutes, I believe. And once they're done, I'm going to show you how they need to look like. Now, because it's really cold, they didn't get really fluffy, and because we added extra liquid, but you can see my toothpick came out super clean, so that means they're ready. And don't touch your pans like I'm doing here. I'm not afraid of hot things, but anyways. Once they rested for 10 minutes, I'm going to transfer them to these cooling racks, and I like them to rest with the face up so that the cooling rack doesn't leave the squares marked in the cake. I don't know, it's just me. And then I'm gonna work on my frosting. I'm adding 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1/4 cup of butter, 1 heaping tablespoon of orange marmalade or orange jelly or whatever you have in hand. I'm going to cream that up a little bit, and then I'm going to add 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. Now, the recipe calls for 3 cups. I believe that's a lot of sugar, so I just cut it off to 2.5 cups, and it worked perfectly. Now, do keep in mind that this is a cream cheese icing, so you don't want to do a really tall cake with this if you are gonna stack 3 or 4 layers of cake. If you are though, then I will suggest you to follow the recipe and use 3 cups of sugar per batch of icing that you are going to make. If you are making 3 or 4 layers of this cake, then you are gonna have to double the recipe for the icing, and then I will tell you to use 16 ounces of cream cheese, 1/2 cup of butter, 6 cups of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of orange marmalade or jelly or whatever you have in hand, but don't cut on the sugar because the sugar is going to make it a little thicker and firm to work with. I also want to take this chance to invite you to follow me on my food Instagram, where I post cakes, desserts that I bake, and food. I'm gonna leave the name right here if you want to stop by and say hello. I would love to have you there. And I don't know why, but I'm obsessed with watching people on Instagram stacking and decorating cakes. So I'm gonna stop talking and just let you watch what I'm doing, and I hope you enjoy.
I know you're strong, won't feel this way for long, no. If you wanna go out, we can go out. We can hide away just for one night. But if you wanna cry, just let it out. I'm by your side now. Just hold on a bit more, 'cause I know you only see the rain, not the rainbow. Deep down, I know you're strong. Give them hell, baby, prove them wrong. Just hold on a bit more, 'cause I know you only see the rain, not the rainbow. I know you'll get up again. Better stand up tall, I know you can be brave, 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 brave. I know you can be brave, 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 brave. If you wanna go out, we can go out. Brave, brave, brave. We can hide away just for one night. Brave, brave, brave. Just hold on a bit more, 'cause I know you only see the rain, not the rainbow. Deep down, I know you're strong. Give them hell, baby, prove them wrong. Just hold on a bit more, 'cause I know you only see the rain.
This cake turned out to be amazing. Look really like it, and he's not a cake person, which is really surprising. I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Sarah because she was the one who gave me this recipe. Sarah, thank you so much. And this is how the cake ended up looking like at the end, and that's going to be everything for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and also I want to know in the comment section down below, what is your favorite type of cake? Again, thank you so much for all your support, and I really hope I can see you in the next one. Bye!